Hey guys, what's up? I'm Eric Hobbs, and this is Under the Arch Sports. Today we're going to talk about Jaylen Brown, the newest Mizzou football commitment. But first, please guys go ahead, subscribe to our YouTube channel, and find us on Facebook, Instagram, and X Twitter. All right, so Jaylen Brown, here we go. He is a defensive end, edge rusher out of Madison, Alabama. That is very north part of Alabama, kind of near Huntsville. He's 6'6, 245. That's according to his huddle profile. Yeah, James Clemens High School there. He is a consensus 3-star. Kind of right smack dab in the middle of the 3-star ratings, kind of across the board for all the recruiting services. And this is kind of a late bloomer sleeper kind of guy. He just got his offer from Mizzou in July, towards the end of the month, on a visit. And yeah, he took a few weeks after that and made his commitment. So, as I said, late bloomer, but he feels like the kind of guy who, as his season goes on, if he has a strong season, is going to be getting a lot more offers from programs as they miss out on kind of higher prioritized guys. So we'll see what happens there. Right now, his offer list is growing. That's the best way to put it. He didn't have anybody as an offer until May. And to this point, it's Mizzou, along with Houston and Maryland, as the other Power Five type teams to offer. And there's a bunch of other smaller schools in the area that have offered him as well. Now, I looked at his film, and it's really interesting. There's a lot going on, and the first thing that stood out to me is he's got just a quick first step, and that's such an advantage when it comes to line play, offensive or defensive. If your first step can get you established before the other guy, you've got such an advantage. And he has that, it seems, most of the time. I also noticed that, man, he's got a nice spin move, he's got a nice swim move, and he's able to just kind of create enough separation to where he can move down the line and just kind of follow the play as it develops, whether it be a run or just kind of tracking the quarterback while not losing contain. Now, he has another advantage aside from that quick step. At 6'6", 245, he also was quoted in an article from some smaller regional Touchdown Alabama or something like that website, where he cited his long arms as an advantage. If you're 6'6", 245 with long arms, that's just unfair for a lot of people, even at the college level. That's hard to deal with. He also has some serious strength. I saw footage, and this was kind of spring football practice rather than game, but still fighting double teams. Just powering his way right through the double team, not going around, but just muscling his way right through two offensive linemen. That's impressive. Now, I also saw a clip of him power cleaning 300 pounds, and it looked like he could have done 3 or 4 of them easy, 3-4 reps. That's strength. I'm impressed. I will say the one thing that was peculiar was how he lined up, always at defensive end, right? But he would line up on the left side, the right side. He'd line up in a 3 technique, a 5 technique, that being outside the guard or outside the tackle. And it wouldn't necessarily be dependent on scheme. He'd line up in a 3 technique, even if the defense was going with a 4-3 look, which I found interesting. That's something I would do unless I absolutely knew they were running up the middle. But that's neither here nor there. The fact is, he could do it. He can play in the 3 technique further inside or out where you would expect to find a DN in a 5 technique. He also tended to play, he could play left or right, but he seemed to line up, at least in the footage I saw, on the defense's left, so off of the offense's right tackle. So I think that's where you would expect to see him. We'll see how that goes. That can always change, but that's where I saw him. Now for Missouri, He is commitment number 13 on the season, the third defensive lineman. That comes after the July 4th weekend commitment from Justin Bodford and the big 5-star commitment of Williams Winery. Hey, for Missouri, it keeps the momentum going, right? Maybe a little bit of just kind of a blow seeing the whole fake out with Drake Kirkpatrick. I had everybody convinced, but after that kind of a dip of, oh man, didn't get him when everyone thought that Missouri would. Here they are, they get bouncing right back and getting what might be a very underrated guy. And hey, let's face it, right now the missing link for Missouri is defensive end, edge rushers, pressure on the quarterback. That's the one thing this defense needs before we're talking about reloading instead of trying to get guys, right? So that's good. That's all I've got, guys, for this video. Thank you for checking out Under the Yard Sports. We're going to have more coverage for Mizzou as the season gets underway. We're still going to talk a little bit more about the Cardinals as they limp their way to the finish line. Hey, basketball and the Blues not too far away. City SC still in first place. We're going to talk about all of it here at Under the Yard Sports. Until next time, thank you for watching.